So you're going to go buy a house or a car or even a bike, and you need the money, and or you put money in the bank and you get interest. So that's what we're going to look at today. So the first thing is, if you borrow money, you can see that the principal is the amount of money that you need, the rate is the percentage, and the time is usually, contrary to this slide, figured in months, because when you're buying a car, you're talking 36 months, and or you're buying a house, you're often talking 30 years. So let's look at how that's done. So you're going to buy a car. A new car might take you $30,000, and that's going to be over 36 months, and the interest rate is probably about maybe 3%, and you calculate. And you get that your payment is $872.44 a month, which puts a little damper on your buying it, so then you start going out and looking for a used car. Now, one thing it seems like all Americans, or I should say most Americans, those who have not horrible credit ratings, use credit cards. And there are three ways that you can borrow money, because that's what essentially you're doing on a credit card. One, you want to look at the credit card and see, do I have to pay an annual fee? Many of them do, but not all of them do. And two, if I don't pay the amount on time, how much am I charged? And actually, it's kind of funny, but if you pay it every month, you're considered a deadbeat because you're not helping the credit cards at all. So three kinds. The adjusted balance is how much you have the paid from last month is subtracted from the previous month, so you might be down to zero, which is what I like to do, and then there's no interest. The average daily balance is no matter when you pay every day, and they tend to do this. I've noticed when you go overseas and you're buying stuff at the foreign exchange rate, they're doing an average daily balance, and the previous balance you can see is the previous statement times the interest rate. And so just to kind of look at that, because you are going to have some problems, you can see the adjusted rate. So it's $250 is the previous month. You paid $125. Normally you'd really want to pay the whole $250. So you have $125 left times the interest rate, and that's going to be low. Credit cards like to go much higher, usually into the double digits. Then you have the average daily balance, which is going to be literally calculating how many days between payments, and then adding the total up and dividing that up by the total number of days over which the pay period is. It doesn't have to be a month. It doesn't have to be from February 1 to February 28. It could be, as you see here, from May 25th to June 21st. Again, you're going to have some problems in this unit, so you might want to look back at this and just stop the video. And then, of course, the previous balance is going to be $250 as opposed to $250 minus $125, or whatever the previous balance is, times 1.8. All of this is going to give you a credit card statement, which you want to go through. When you get your credit card, you want to, and I'm sure going to get it when you get to college, or your parents will underwrite it till you're 21, and that's not a bad thing because you're establishing credit, and you want to use it, and you want to pay it off each month, and you don't want to be negligent, at least in your minimum. And that is because if you are, you get a poor credit card score. And the poorer the score, the less likely you can buy a car or buy a house later on down the line, or even get loans for college. It starts the minute you get your own credit card. If it's paid for by your parents or underwritten by them, that doesn't count. But it's also, even then, is a good idea to know how much things cost and kind of keep a tally. That's it for today's flip video.